emerge majestically from behind the tree and start your sentence. Lots of people like the idea of ultralight camping, ultralight backpacking, but most of us, if we're honest, we don't really like the misery that comes with it. So in this video, I'm going to show you in this pretty small 25-litre pack everything that I carry for a pleasant ultralight camping experience. An experience where I'm not just surviving the night, but I'm actually enjoying it. And I'm going to start with a pack and I'm going to end with a pack because the pack has got a little trick which I think is really, really cool. I'm going to save it for the end. And if you like camping videos and outdoor videos, have a look around the channel. Hopefully you'll find something else you like, and feel free to subscribe and like this video if it's useful. But let's get started. This is the OMM Phantom 25 backpack. What have I got in it? Well, on the front here, you've got this elasticated kangaroo pouch, which I keep my raincoat. On the front here, I've got my water bottle. I typically carry about 750 millilitres with me, 500 to 750 millilitres with me when I'm up in the mountains here in Northern Ireland, because there are a lot of rivers here and I can filter water, and I'll show you my water filter as well in a second. So put that there. And you'll notice this bag has got these strange orange cords. This is actually a bag designed for fast packing, which means it's actually designed to run with. The idea of these cords is they kind of take a bit of that bouncy shock off when you're running. Not sure how well it works, but I have quite comfortably ran with this bag on a few occasions. It's got two pouches on the front where you can put your water bottles, and then it's got these little side pockets here on the side. But yeah, as I said, I'll come back to the bag in a little bit more detail later on. On the top here, you've got this like stretchy, meshy netting where I keep some snacks. So if I'm just doing an overnighter, I'll bring some sweets, and I'll maybe bring a couple of muesli bars with me. This is the setup I'll use if maybe I'm doing like hiking during the day and then I just need to sleep for one night. This isn't like a multi-day setup. And yeah, there's a little pocket in the front here. We can keep like keys or something like that. And the whole thing's made from a pretty water-resistant material. And you can see the zips are all weather sealed as well. I'm getting eaten by midges, which means we should look in here first. So on the top of the pack, you've got quite a deceptively generous storage area in the brain or the head of the bag. And in there, I've got a mozzie net, which I may wind up having to put on. We don't have mosquitoes here, but we do have midges. I've got emergency toilet roll. Roll it up, stick it in a bag, stick an elastic band on it to compress it. I've got my Garmin emergency GPS beacon and communicator. I made a separate video about that. If you want to go and see it, I'll link it below. I've got this tiny little hip-sized flask. Hip flask. Don't drink this. It's disgusting. I have tasted it accidentally. This is smidge, which I am going to liberally apply to my face because I'm getting live already. Ugh. Irish midges aren't quite as bad as Scottish midges, but they're still pretty unpleasant. So yeah, get yourself some smidgery. Now this is a cool little thing. This is a tiny little night eyes light. What I use this for is if I'm walking away from my shelter at night, I just click this. It's not very bright. Well, it doesn't register at all in daylight. It's a tiny little light you can just like hook on the edge of your tent, walk away if you need to pee or something, and you can find where your tent is in the dark. I have camped in a forest a couple of times, walked away from my tent, and I can't find it again. Okay, oh yeah, headlight. This is the Biolight. Is this the Biolight 450? This is my favorite head torch of all time. It is super, super comfortable. Really good battery life, sort of on the medium to low set, and this will get me through like an entire night and beyond of camping. Really, really like it. First aid kit. Don't go anywhere without one. Now, this is kind of one I've made up myself. I bought this really, really nasty cheap kit off Amazon or eBay. I think this was like £3-4, and into it I've basically added a few things. I've added some painkillers. I've added antihistamines because I'm allergic to wasp stings, and I've got a couple of bandages. There's some tape in there and some plasters. Definitely don't go patrolling off into the woods, especially on your own, without some kind of first aid kit, because you never know when you're gonna get your arm trapped behind a rock and have to saw off. Speaking of which, Swiss Army knife. This is the camping Swiss Army knife, which has the saw on it. Where is it? Is it in here? Yeah. Take that, unfold that, and there we go. We got that saw. I bought this after watching 127 hours because I thought someday I might have to cut my own arm off. And just generally a useful tool to have around the campsite. Always bring a knife when I'm camping because I always wind up using one more than I think. You know, you might need to like carve tent pegs or build a bit of a shelter or ooh. Okay, this little guy, this is my tin of wonders, or my little tin of personal items. And it's not just any tin of personal items. This is a Marks and Spencer's tin of personal items. Marks and Spencer's, they sell the mints, they don't sell the contents. And in this, I'll bring it here and show you. I've got some tissue paper, just stop it all rattling around. And these are just this is my wash essentials. So I got a pair of contact lenses in there. I've got some heartburn medication because everything gives me heartburn. And I've got toothpaste, earplugs so I can actually sleep at night, some painkillers, and then down in the bottom here I've got this little guy, my tiny little cut down saw, it's my sawn off toothbrush. And that is everything I need so I wake up in the morning and can scrub-a-dub-dub my teeth and not feel like I've literally been gargling the forest. Put that back on. Yeah, the tissue paper is important because, as I said, it just stops this all from rattling. Where did I put that elastic band? There it is. I'm now getting midges in my eyes. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm now completely surrounded. There's something about me that really attracts midges. I can feel one biting my eyelid. I better get extra credit for doing this under duress. Right, that's everything I've got in the top there. Let's take a look in the main compartment. Nice kind of cinch up on the top here to close that over. And in here I've got a few dry bags and a few loose items. I love dry bags for organizing my kit. If you got a lot of small items, it just makes it so much easier to organize them. So, first dry bag. What have we got in here? This is, well, this is a bit random, but I've got a long ultralight spoon, and I've got a dehydrated meal pack. This is a, what is this, fire pot dehydrated meal pack, which I found probably to be the tastiest of the meal packs. Sea to Summit ones are really good as well, but I got this because if you use one of those like really short spoons, you can't actually get it far enough in the packet. This is a small one. I did have a larger one, but I ate it last night, so. And then also in here, I've got some repair tape. This is for my ultralight sleeping mat. If it goes down during the night, I'm not gonna sleep. Definitely bring repair tape just in case. And I've got that inside, this is like an electrolyte tablet tube. I've just got a little roll, see that? Of the repair tape in there. Close that back up. Ooh, what else is in here? Oh yes, my pillow. This is a Sea to Summit premium large ultralight pillow. This is, so far, this is the most comfortable pillow for camping I've come across. That's also absolutely tiny. Okay, I think we're getting closer to my sleep kit. Right. All right, a few more cook items in here before we get to the sleep kit. Water filter. This is a Salomon water filter. I use this for running. It's really, really great. You just dip the soft flask in your water source, screw that in the top, and squeeze, and you filtered your water. I use this in rivers and streams and all kinds of places. And so far, I haven't got diarrhea, so it seems to work pretty well. Put that there. Right, cooking. Right, this is my tiny minimal cooking kit. Tank of gas, because you need a heat source. And then in here, it's all built around just this little titanium muggy wuggy. Put my glasses back on so I can actually see. I've got also stuffed in here 4 little mini milks, little UHT milks. I've got a instant hot chocolate because I'm not touching caffeine at the minute. Ask me why. Another folding spoon, titanium spoon. I've kind of doubled up on the spoons here, but it fits in the mug, so I brought it with me. A little Bic lighter, and then my stove then is this tiny little BRS stove. You might have seen these pop up. Super, super cheap, super, super tiny. Screws directly onto the top of the gas. You fold out these little arms, like so. Turn on the gas. Don't shake the can. It's a terrible idea to shake a gas can. But yeah, this works really, really well. And you can put the pot on top of that and boil your water. Don't bring any kind of food that requires you to boil it for any length of time, because it uses a huge amount of fuel and you tend to need like larger canister as well. Whereas with this, boil my water, pour it into the hydrated pack, boil more water, and then I've got my brew as well, so you're not like carrying extra cups and mugs and things. Put that there. What else have I got in here? It's like Christmas, except like not as good. Okay, this is my insurance policy, because even in the middle of summer, I never know how cold it's going to get during the night. It could be like 15, 20 degrees during the day and get down to pretty cold at night. So, and also you never know when it's suddenly going to rain on you. So in here, I got a spare pair of socks. And I've got a hat, and in the hat, I have got a pair of gloves, and I've also got some merino thermal undergarments. These are, I wear undergarments which I'll change into for sleeping. You can sleep in the clothes you wore during the day, but this is about comfort. And when you sleep in the clothes you wore during the day, you wake up feeling sticky and disgusting, and that remains so for the rest of the day. Wear these at night, change in the morning, and you feel not absolutely like you crawled out of a filth hole. Okay. This is just another dry bag. This is a DD Tarps dry bag. Really like this one. It's super, super tough, and has a window so you can see what's in it. Sometimes you bring multiple dry bags, and they're all kind of the same shape and size. You haven't a clue what's in it until you open them up. That one has a window, which is handy. Put that there. Right. Okay. Sleep kit and shelter now, because I could have gone for a few options here, but let's start with, we've seen my pillow. Let's start with my sleeping mat. This is a Sea to Summit Ultralight camping mat. I've taken it out of its bag because that just reduces a bit of the bulk. It's a full length, insulated summer sleeping mat, which you can inflate within very quickly. And that's pretty much it. It's about 3 to 5 centimeters thick. The trick with these mats is not to overinflate them. You need to inflate them so they're soft enough that your body actually sinks into it, otherwise they're uncomfortable. But you need to inflate them just enough so that when you press that into it, you're not like squashing through to the floor. But yeah, I've used this mat in winter with like a foil back foam underneath, and I've used it all through the summer. Yes, you can get thicker, more comfortable mats, but this one has worked really well for me. And I have to deflate it, which is just pull that. And also packs away pretty quickly as well. Instantly empties. Fold it over. Yeah, so this actually comes with a pack which includes this actually comes with a stuff sack which has like a pump built into it. One of those pumps, you can swish it through the air and then press air into it. I don't get it because I can blow it up my mouth perfectly fine, and it's less bulky when I don't bring that bit. Right, sleeping bag then. So, let's get this out. So this is my sleeping bag, which you can see compresses pretty tiny. This is a snug pack Softy 3 Merlin. This is a summer weight bag which has got a comfort rating of 5 degrees Celsius. And a low rating of 0 degrees Celsius. It weighs about 900 grams. It's a synthetic material, so it'll still sort of keep you insulated if it gets wet. Yes, you can get down sleeping bags, which will weigh less than this, but they are a lot more expensive. Right, what else? Oh yes, my shelter. Finally my shelter, and there's a few options here. Sometimes I've used a bivy bag and a tarp, but at the minute I've been using this, the Rab Ridge Raider Hooped Bivy, which is basically a tiny coffin-esque bomb-proof tent. This is bomb-proof tent, and I prefer this to using a bivy bag because it avoids that feeling that you're trying to sleep inside a plastic bag. And it also keeps midges and things away from your face because you're like properly enclosed and sheltered inside. And also just the type of shelter it is means it's really suited for pretty much any environment. I could pitch this up on a summit, or I could pitch it inside a forest. The one disadvantage with this compared to a tarp in a forest is maybe if it rains, you can put a tarp up over your head and you'll get a bit of shelter, whereas with this you don't have that. But I could also carry an ultralight tarp with me, and that is it. Oh yes, I nearly forgot the trick in the bag, the thing in the bag, right. So as I said, OMM Phantom 25 bag has this cool feature here because the supporting panel at the back here is actually a sit mat. How cool is that? Well, it's actually a sleep mat. This is what like really hardcore ultralight people sleep on. I mean, you see what I mean about it just being an exercise misery. Can you imagine spending the night on a hard, I don't know. Yeah, some people will actually sleep on that. You know, sort of hardcore masochist types. Another little trick this has is that there's a hidden tent peg in here as well. Where is it? It's so hidden, I can't find it. Oh yeah, it's in here. So this back yoke thing here is secured by a tent peg that comes out. So if you need a peg in here, you can pull that out and use it for your shoulder. I'll just put that back in. There we go. And there you have it. That is everything I will bring for a comfortable night of ultralight camping. I would love to know what you thought of my selection. I have no doubt that some of you who are really hardcore ultralight campers will think it was completely over the top, and I probably could have cut down about half of that. And the others of you think I'm missing like a key piece of equipment. So either way, let me know. You can slag me off or you can compliment me in the comments. I prefer the compliments, but I do often find the insults amusing, especially if they're clever. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you find it useful for getting you out and about in the great outdoors. And if it does, I'd love to know. And have a look around the channel, see if there's anything else you might like on here, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, 1 second. I told you that I would tell you that I would reveal why I brought a folding bike. I've been using it as a tripod. I've had my phone on here. I mean, I do have an actual tripod back in the van I could have used. That might have made more sense.